We invest in businesses that we understand.
In GEM's case, we always invest alongside our investors, so we're looking for good deals not just for them, but also for us.
We are looking for businesses that have the potential to grow and have management who can handle growth.
Some of the biggest companies in America and in Japan are investors with us. AIG, GE in the States. In Japan, Mitsubishi, Mitsui, Itochu, Japan tobacco companies, the Olion Group from Saudi Arabia, the Dubai Investment Authority, Rothschilds in London, Swiss Group, Holcim, largest cement manufacturers in the world. They invest with us.
These are big Asian and global companies, and it's very unusual to have them in a private equity fund.
So all of these groups of people are drawn together around the GEM's entity, and the connectivity between them is something that's been very important.
I would describe ourselves really as an old-fashioned investment partnership.
We are probably one of the few genuinely independent houses in this market.
It's always, I think, the leadership that holds a group of people together.
We've got a string of loyal investors who followed us into Fund 1 and 2 and indeed 3. I think about 62% or more have followed us all the way through. Always for us, preservation of capital is uppermost in our minds, not for the least reason that 30 million of it belongs to us, the managers.
And what remains our core strategy is very basic, investing in well-run, good, solid companies as expansion capital.
Clearly, we like to identify companies that we believe are going to have a lot of growth.
So is this the type of business that can generate us a 25% per annum return? And will there be an exit in order to deliver that return?
We're not in the game of trying to make our shareholders 6-8%. This is not a bank deposit. This is not a mutual fund. We are trying to make well above average financial returns. To do that, you have to take more risk.
Returns come from risk. Risk has to be managed.
We are small and we are centralized and we talk to each other every day. That's the way we like it. Makes our decision-making process much quicker, much more seamless.
Well, I think the Advisory Council was built primarily out of Simon Murray's relationships globally. I think that using those relationships has allowed us to bring in vastly experienced people into a very small group.
The Advisory Board is composed of people who have great experience of the political and business world, and they can talk to GEMs about the broad trends, the likely developments.
I think members of the Advisory Council are best used in terms of giving the management of GEMs a broader feel for the geopolitical, the social picture of the countries that GEMs choose to invest in.
Ebank in Japan were one of our Fund 1 investments, and we helped fund the business to get its banking license. Thereafter, we worked with them and allowed them to expand into different types of internet banking, so using mobile phones as well as PCs, transferring money using email only. So really is a new generation of banking institution in Japan. They've won a number of awards for that. I'm very proud to be associated with helping them build their business. They have now grown to about 1.4 million customers, about $3 billion of assets on their balance sheet, and they're looking to list shortly.
Jack Welch used to tell me, we invest with you, Simon, because you are a speedboat, we are a battleship. You go 10 times round us before we got up in the morning. It's true.
There are many equity funds that have plenty of initiative, but they don't really know how the area works as well as Simon, who's lived in Asia for decades, has run a business here, has operated here as a banker.
There's plenty of other people who can try and manage money too. We just happen to think we do it in a different way and in a better way.
It invests across the region, it's based on a network of people, and it levers that network to uncover value in the marketplace that others are too slow to get or just overlook.
So that's really what GEMS brings. Knowledge of the area, knowledge of the businesses that we invest in, and a very good team.
The way of doing business in Asia is different. It's based much more on trusts and relationships. And I think the great thing about GEMS is that it is run and operated by people who are Asian specialists.
I've been involved in large corporations, and here for the first time I'm involved in a boutique, in people who are very serious about business.
They work tremendously well between Simon and Jeff Spender on the one hand and the team of executive directors who are out looking for the transactions and negotiating them.
And I think only Simon has got those connections, that magic that can bring it all together.
I don't think there is another private equity management company like GEMS at all.
It knows more people, it knows the countries where GEMS invests better than any other. No, for me it's really number one.
We have good people, a good strategy, but our bottom line is we can make money for our investors.
You should be in Asia, and having taken that pretty obvious decision, you should be with GEMS.
We will continue to look for investors who not only bring money for us to manage, but also bring something to our network.
We can all sit at the table, not agree, banter out to some kind of conclusion, and move on to the next deal, and respect each other's opinions. It's a fun process. It's not adversarial per se. It's all in the good spirit of deal making.
Although I say it myself, there is no team like this in Asia.